conventions? What local businesses fear as the downtown convention center rises?
Deficit recovery, President Obama's plan to cut the national debt, and why Republicans hate it.
And LDS Connections, how the church takes advantage of social media. I'm Janae Anderson.
And I'm Lydia DeFranchi. It's Tuesday, September 20th, and in Utah, it's 12 o'clock.
From KBYU and the BYU Department of Communications. This is the award-winning 11 News at noon.
Officials say the new Utah Valley Convention Center will boost the economy, but local businesses say they fear it may put them under. 11 News reporter Angela Santos talked with those business owners. Angela, what is their take on the new construction?
You know, they're saying that the new convention center is actually taking away their parking, and they say they fear that that may in turn drive away their customers.
If you drive down Center Street in Provo, you see the construction site for the new Utah Valley Convention Center. The ribbon cutting is only about 6 months away, and with 52,000 square feet of meeting space and several conventions already scheduled, the Utah Valley Convention and Visitors Bureau says the building's great location and unique architecture will attract a crowd.
There will be millions of dollars in impact for the Utah County, specifically for Center Street.
While the local businesses may see a jump during conventions, places like Joe Vera's say they may be losing their regular customers to parking. They say the convention center is already negatively affecting them because the construction has limited their parking stalls. And instead of looking like this, Joe Vera's and other businesses fear they will be looking like this.
A lot of times people will just leave and go somewhere else where they could find parking.
Williams says the city will provide more parking for Center Street businesses. But since the project started, stores say they have seen fewer and fewer available spaces.
Most of the local people, the elderly people, and especially in the winter time, you know, they don't walk that long, and it's really not good for us.
Small business owners, say that they are hopeful that the convention center will boost their revenues, but they do say they have to see it to believe it.
Okay, well, I hope that works out for them. Thanks, Angela. The daughter-in-law of a slain BYU professor testified in preliminary hearing against the man she says killed Kay Mortensen. Pamela Mortensen says Martin Bond was one of 2 men who took her and her husband captive the night Kay Mortensen was murdered in his Payson home. Prosecutors say Bond was the one who killed the professor, not his co-defendant, Benjamin Reddig. The judge determined that Bond will stand trial in the murder.
President Obama unveiled his plan to reduce the U.S. deficits by raising taxes on the richest Americans. As 11 News reporter Alyssa Urban reports how Republicans are already calling it class warfare.
To fix America's deficit, the president says we need the rich to pay the same tax rate as the average American.
Middle-class families shouldn't pay higher taxes than millionaires and billionaires.
To reduce the deficit of $3 trillion, the president would gain $1.5 trillion yearly by hiking taxes on the wealthy. Obama named the plan after billionaire Warren Buffett, who complained that he pays less each year than his employees do.
Warren Buffett's secretary shouldn't pay a higher tax rate than Warren Buffett.
Buffett rule is designed to prevent millionaires from taking advantage of lower tax rates on investment earnings than what middle-income taxpayers pay on their wages. The rule says that households making more than $1 million will pay about 29% of their income on federal taxes. A household making a lower income would pay 15%, but BYU economics professor David Spencer says that the Buffett rule could be bad for the economy.
I think it would have a minimal to negative effect, but it would also have an effect on economic growth.
But Obama says he can veto any threat to the rule. In Provo, Alyssa Urban, 11 News.
Republicans say the plan stands little chance of passing Congress, but the White House says the public will support the popular pitch.
Next time you ride UTA, you could pay more for longer trips. The Utah Transit Authority is studying how to adjust their prices based on the distance people travel. Right now, UTA charges a flat rate of $2.25 on buses and tracks, but the new rates could charge by the mile. UTA says they won't make a decision until after the study, which could take another year.
The Provo Police Department's newest recruits are smaller, faster, and even furrier than any officers on the squad. 11 News reporter Alexis Flake tells us what makes these new members so different from the rest of the department.
The Provo Police Department is confident that their newest recruits will be more effective in the fight against drugs than any human. Meet Trigger, a Belgian Malinois from the Czech Republic and one of 2 Provo police dogs now certified in narcotics detection. When a drug case falls into the hands of police officers, it then goes under the nose of this trained canine who breaks smell into its component parts.
Say you walk into your mom's house for dinner and she has stew on the stove. You can smell the stew. When a dog comes in, he smells all the ingredients.
Police officers say that using dogs can be up to 10 times more efficient in finding narcotics than officers can be on their own.
The last time the Provo Police Department had a canine unit was nearly 40 years ago, and along with the law enforcement benefits, Police Chief Rick Gregory is looking forward to something more.
Really, I think the greatest value that they bring to us, which is a public relations value. They connect so well with our community.
Police say the canine unit will make Provo a safer place, and the department hopes to eventually have 1 dog on every shift.
I will ask for more canine. I know it will go well.
In Provo, Alexis Flake, 11 News.
Police say the next step is to certify the dogs in suspect search and apprehension, which trains canines to locate, chase, and stop possible criminals.
Still to come on 11 News at noon. Facebook Friends, how the LDS Church keeps millions of people up to date and connected.
And Meals on Wheels, how volunteers in Spanish Fork help make sure the elderly stay healthy. We'll be right back. China launches a new satellite, activists say Ivory Coast chocolate makers are abusing children, and a futuristic garden straight from a sci-fi novel in Singapore. Here's your look at news from around the world. Blast off in China. This satellite is on its way to orbit. The Long March rocket carried it into orbit from the Space Launch Center in Sichuan Province. The China Academy of Space Technology designed and manufactured the satellite. It will provide voice communication, broadcast, and data transmission services for people in China. Chocolate has a dark side as undercover researchers show evidence of what they say is child trafficking on the world's largest cocoa farms on the Ivory Coast. U.S. State Department officials say children are forced to work on these plantations. Though most companies agreed to end child labor 10 years ago, the feds say more than 100,000 children are still working under harsh conditions. And it's the garden of the future. Singapore is pouring money into an unprecedented garden with plants from all over the world. The biggest draws are the 100-foot-tall super trees. They're living alongside the latest solar and climate technology in 2 conservatories. The creators say their garden teaches biodiversity and sustainability and may inspire more like it. And that's your look at news from around the world. Lydia?
Some say Facebook is a waste of time, while others use it to increase their spirituality. 11 News reporter Ashley Moser went to find out about LDS Facebook pages and how they can help you on your spiritual journey.
With a simple click of a button, BYU student Brianna Endo shares how she's feeling with 531 of her Facebook friends. Although you may think she reaches a lot of people, the friend count for an LDS Facebook is a bit larger, more than 500,000 to be exact.
Since I'm a recent convert, it helps me to learn more about the faith and just helps me keep in contact with other people.
The LDS Church takes advantage of social media with 5 major Facebook pages. Each page can connect people halfway around the world while keeping them current on LDS topics.
You can find someone who shares the same beliefs.
LDS Facebook users say church Facebook pages give them an easy dose of spirituality each day. Internet marketer Michael Mungia says the LDS Church does a great job with making it easy for members to interact.
That are actively uploading videos, Facebook messages, posts, all Twitter feeds and things like that.
According to a recent study done by allfacebook.com, the LDS Church has 5 out of the top 90 Facebook pages for the religious category.
Messages make sense. Everything that they produce has a warm feeling to it, you could say.
Mungia says the LDS Church leads in social media and sees no signs of them slowing down. In Provo, Ashley Moser, 11 News.
Church officials say its Facebook pages help investigators learn more about the LDS faith. The LDS Facebook pages also list information about upcoming events so that people can join in on activities.
When 11 News at Noon returns. Soccer madness. If you want to go to the women's soccer match, you better get there early. We'll tell you why.
Studious Singers. A BYU a cappella group is singing its way to the big stage and to the library. How they're staying on top of the homework pile.
And it's easy to see why September is a favorite month with these warm temperatures that we have ahead. Your 11 News weather when we return.
For some senior citizens, making lunch is not as easy as it seems. But as 11 News reporter Kelsey Christensen found out, volunteers in Spanish Fork are able to lend a helping hand.
I think that volunteering through Meals on Wheels is one of the easiest and most effective ways of service that we as students can do.
Volunteers like Matt Rogers takes time out of their busy schedules to deliver Meals on Wheels. Every week, Rogers visits seniors in their homes and gives them a lunchtime snack, but Rogers alone can't help everyone.
We have had a huge increase of seniors that need the meals even within the last 2 months. It's jumped about 10%.
There are more than 260 active volunteers here in Utah participating through Meals on Wheels, and many of them happen to be college students as well. Rogers counts as one of the many volunteers, but they still need more. Program directors say the influx of seniors in need led them to create a new delivery route in Spanish Fork. They also say they need 7 additional volunteers for every route created. Volunteers and participants say creating friendships is one of the greatest benefits of this program.
Neat program because it's changing. I've seen it change both sides, the lives of both people, so it's really neat.
Rogers says the program is an easy fit to his already busy school schedule, but he says it's all worth it. Kelsey Christensen, BYU 11 News, Spanish Fork.
Meals on Wheels is also looking for more volunteers so they can add 2 additional routes in Utah County, one in Provo and another in Springville.
Okay, Jake, so I know you said it earlier, but I would have to agree with you 100%. September is by far my favorite month for the weather. I mean, the temperatures have been perfect.
It's gorgeous. And plus the fact that it's my birth month might have to do with it.
That's definitely why.
Well, I think this weather is a great present for you in your birthday month. Definitely the warm weather is going to continue as fall is scheduled to arrive on Friday, but no reason to complain with the warm temperatures that we have ahead. We're going to end the summer off right with great warm temperatures. It's going to end on a high note. Currently outside it is 72 degrees, a humidity of 62. It's going to be a great sunny day with just a slight breeze, and that's going to carry on into this evening, and you can expect clear skies and it to last all throughout the night. We're going to dip a little bit lower into the 60s for temperature-wise. You may need a light jacket, but still it's going to be great weather this evening. And it's just that calm, nice weather. And there's a reason why it's been so calm. We do have a high-pressure ridge that's blocking all of those storms. It's kind of a high-pressure system right here of warmer temperatures that is blocking those storms. We have a storm over the Midwest that is actually going to sink down into the south, and that's what's going to keep our weather warm and staying warm. And as you have those high pressures that are actually sinking the warm weather down into the valleys, that's the reason why there's no clouds in the area. And so the warmer temperatures are going to last because that high pressure is coming down and it's going to be clear skies. Logan in the mid-70s, Provo in the mid-80s, Moab in the higher 80s today, and of course St. George again in the mid-90s. And that weather is going to last through the next few days. Southern Utah, it is 90, and it's going to climb throughout the week, kind of getting higher into the 90s, and it's a little bit of the same weather, but who can complain when it's weather like this? In the north, we can expect some of the same weather. In the mid-80s, gorgeous weather. It's not going to be too hot, and it'll last clear until the weekend. Just a steady, nice warm weather, nothing to complain about. Get a lot done out in the yard, maybe.
So it looks like we need to enjoy those temperatures while they last, and enjoy them we will.
Definitely, especially because we hear there's a lot of excitement going here on campus. Kelsey, what's going on with sports?
Well, I'll tell you after this break. Next on sports, the fantastic Fanatics. These Lady Cougars have some of the best in the nation. We'll show you why. And a memorable moment. Mariano Rivera was making and breaking records Monday night against the Twins. Sports is next. For the 5th year in a row, BYU took home the BYU Invitational Singles title. Senior Megan Price claimed the prize for the BYU women's tennis team after battling a 3-set duel against her freshman teammate, Morgan Anderson. Price won the 3rd set 6-3, earning her the singles title of Bracket A. With the title under their belts, BYU now turns its focus to the Cal Invitational, which opens Friday, September 30th in Berkeley, California. And there's a lot of commotion going on at BYU Southfield, but this time it's in the stands. 11 sports reporter Rebecca Wowen found out exactly what is going on.
BYU women's soccer fans are some of the top fans in the nation. Soccer America magazine said BYU's recent home crowds are among the largest for the year. The stands may be empty right now, but tonight more than 4,000 fans will cheer their Cougars on.
If I get there late, it kind of sucks because I can't sit anywhere. But it's great because it's louder, right? More fans.
And more fans is right. The team has had an average of 1,500 more fans at their home games than last year. And why do they come?
It's because I love soccer. It's my favorite sport, by far.
Text messages, Twitter, and Facebook reminders about the perks of attending the games keep loyal fans coming back and get new fans joining in. Free pizza, barbecues, soccer clinics, and 2-for-1 date nights are a few of the bonuses the marketing staff offers to fans.
Free things, they're incentive once I get there, but if they didn't have free stuff, I'd go anyway.
And they're just fun, and you get to cheer, and like the crowd's always really into it, and it's a much more like you can get a free t-shirt or soccer ball.
But some of the guys I spoke with say they have additional incentive.
I mean, they're a lot more fun to watch because, I mean, they're cute, right?
The women's soccer team plays the University of Idaho tonight at 7 at the South Field. There's free pizza at 6 for the fans.
Thanks, Rebecca. Mo money, no problems. Yankees reliever Mariano Rivera recorded his 602nd career save Monday in the New York Yankees 6-4 win over the Minnesota Twins.
You know, I mean, I can't describe that feeling because Sweeney, it was priceless. You know, I mean, it was a moment that I didn't know it was going to be like that.
And priceless it is, and now it's official. Rivera is the top closer in baseball history. He sealed the deal with number 602 with a perfect 9th inning, striking out Twins first baseman Chris Parmelee. Yankees catcher Russell Martin ran to congratulate Rivera in the front of the mound. Rivera stood there alone for the first time, soaking in the moment. He smiled, blew a kiss, and waved his cap at the crowd as their cheers rang over him. Rivera set the record by passing Trevor Hoffman, who is second on the list with 601 saves.
Kelsey, what a great moment. He looks so happy.
And so modest. I feel like if that was me, I'd be running the bases, I'd be screaming my name at the top of my lungs, and I'd let everyone know.
Definitely.
I know, it kind of looks like he doesn't know what to do with all the attention out there.
I know, seriously. And his kid was adorable sitting next to him in that press conference.
Just looking and smiling at him the whole time.
Yeah, so proud of his daddy.
So proud.
It's adorable.
Thanks, Kelsey.
Still to come on 11 News at noon, BYU Tunes. See how an a cappella group on campus makes it big on a reality show. We'll be right back.
Students commonly miss class for weddings and vacations, but BYU's Vocal Point is missing class for a reality TV show. They are in an NBC competition for a cappella groups called the Sing Off. Last night, the group performed Jump, Jive, and Wail and received standing ovations from the audience. The celebrity judges also loved their energy, high notes, and beatboxing. Vocal Point members say watching the show is surreal and a dream come true. But time in LA to record the show means missing 2 weeks of school.
I mean, Vocal Point's been spending a lot of time in the library, a lot of time in the labs, a lot of extra time with professors and students.
The judges moved Vocal Point on to the next round, and you can watch them on Monday nights at 7. Do you think they get more nervous to perform on TV or in front of their huge audiences at BYU?
I don't know, they're such star performers. I'm sure they're comfortable anywhere. You know, as long as they're pleasing the crowds, they've got it.
I think it looks like a lot of fun. I might want to do it.
Really? I'd be so terrified to do it with
We know I don't have the voice, but...
You have the voice. I think they've already won, though. I mean, 2 weeks off of school. Who cares if they win?
But then you have to catch it up.
Well, 2 weeks off, that's all that matters.
Oh, good for them.
That's 11 News at noon for Tuesday, September 28th.
You can join us anytime on our website, 11news.byu.edu.
Thanks for watching and have a great afternoon.